All right. We are good. We are good. Hold on. Got to do this. It's very important.
Listening to
Or I'm in trouble.
KMBY.
All right. Okay. So this is actually, I was telling Dave Pacheco, our guest today, that this was our third show, but it's actually our second one. Last week was the first one. So anyway, I'm Jim Vossen. This is Community Chit Chat, and I'm lucky enough to have our first live guest in the studio, and that is our Honorable Mayor Pro Tem, Dave Pacheco. And Dave, let me bring you in like so. Hi, Dave. How you doing? And I'm doing fine. And let's do this. Let's grab my little toy. How's that? Isn't that cute?
That is
and watch what I can do. You don't have to move. I can move you. Did you see how I moved you?
I did. I just don't know what the screen to look at.
You're
pretty impressive.
It's okay. Well, I'm getting there. You know,
like Magic Man with the TV.
Well, I was a radio guy for a long time. Now I've had to learn a whole new trick and everything. But it's kind of fun. So anyway, first of all, thank you for coming. I really appreciate this. You and I. Well, I'll go back to the days that you were with the Recreation Department. Is that what you would call it?
Yes, sir.
And you were the number 2 person in charge at one time?
I was the number 2 person for a while, yes.
For a while there. How long were you there?
I was there for about 34 years.
34 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, so where are you from originally? Were you born here?
Yeah, I was born in Seaside.
Born in Seaside.
Born and raised and went to school and all those things.
Okay. Seaside High?
Now I went to Unipro back in the day, for those that have a really good memory, and Palma for about a year because Unipro closed down.
Oh, okay. Oh, Palma in Salinas?
Uh-huh.
Ah, well, there's like a Catholic school thing.
It's a Catholic school.
Did you play football?
I played football and basketball back in the day.
Back in the day. All right. And, okay, so you were born in Seaside. You went there. What grammar school did you go to?
I went to Highland for a little bit, Delray Woods, I think La Mesa for a little bit because they were continually moving schools around, and then I ended up at San Carlos, and then I went to Unipro after that.
Okay. Well, you said you went to Palma though too.
And I went to Unipro and then Palma.
How did you get to Palma? Did you have a car then, or did you?
I
take
had
a bus?
Fortunately, because we were a struggling family for some unknown reason, I got a scholarship to finish out my school, and so I went to Palma for my final year, and I had a car, and we commuted with some friends.
Ah, okay. And all right, so you did that. Did you go to college after that?
Yeah, I went to MPC, followed by San Jose State.
San Jose. Oh, there was a trip.
Yeah.
Wait, how many? Were you there a year or two?
No, I went to MPC for 2, and then I went to San Jose for 2.
What'd you major in? Recreation?
Recreation.
Oh.
Recreation administration and parks, I think it was
okay.
at the time.
Something like that. So you're there for 34 years. I assume you liked your job.
Yeah, it was a really good experience. The people were really good. We did some creative things. We moved the department forward a little bit. There's always challenges in whatever you do, but for the most part, I was very fortunate.
Okay, for 34 years. Now, isn't there? I mean, can people work that long? I guess 35. I thought there was a retirement at 30 or 20 or something. No,
pretty much until you want to leave,
okay.
or until you get thrown out.
Okay. So anyway, so you retired from there.
Yes.
And how soon after that did you run for city council?
I think it was about 2 years after that.
About 2 years after that. Had you thought about that when you were working?
Not really. Maybe way in the back of my mind it was a thought, but it was just how you think about a lot of things when you're becoming an adult, and it was way in the back of my mind, but I never thought it would be a reality as such.
All right. Now, what do you like better? You like being on the council, or did you like your job back then?
Oh, that's an interesting question. They're so different. I think the job, you have more of a direct impact with people. One-on-one, where the city council, you have a overview impact, and you try to make things happen. City government moves slowly, though, so you never know.
Do you think you put in as much time, or probably more time, being on the council than you did when you were working, say, 9 to 5 or whatever?
No, I think we put more. In recreation, you plan during the week, and then you work during the weekends, so we were working 60, 70 hours a week because we were so small a staff. So we had to, in order to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish to the quality we wanted to accomplish it, you had to put the hours in just to make it work, because we were members 2 or 3 staff doing 4 or 5 facilities and countless programs.
Now I know my wife. How long have you had the senior programs going on there? That's been a long time. My wife got involved. She goes to all these things when she can, and
yeah, it's been going on for probably 40 years plus.
40 years plus.
Since the since the Oldemeyer. So since
when was
70, I think it was 77, the Oldemeyer Center opened up.
Okay.
And then they had but before that they had another building on Hillby, which is a very, very small house turned into a facility.
Mm-hmm.
But real programs, real nutrition, the dances and all that was about 77, 78.
Now I heard I think from you, in fact, that there's this little kind of upstairs, like a place. Did you guys do movies there at times? Did you have a projection in there or something?
Yeah, it's a there was different times, but there's a lighting and sound system up there.
Oh.
So you can do first class productions there, as well as movies if you want to project them. When they have meetings there, they do the sound there. They do cameras from there. They've had Jimmy Smith, numerous blues and jazz artists perform there, orchestras perform there, because the sound, they have a professional sound system pretty much in there, as well as lighting.
I'd love to see that one of these
You
days.
should check it out. It's a nice system. Have
you ever been over to the Compass Church in Salinas?
No, I have not. I heard they have a beautiful facility.
Oh, do they? We went there for the Christmas show, and they must have been using 10 to 12 cameras. Yeah. It was amazing production. Yeah. All right, let's jump over to the city for a little bit. The city was established in 1954.
I think October 13th.
October 13th, And the reason I know that is that the Chamber, was started 10 years earlier than that.
Right.
We think probably a lot of people in the Chamber were probably involved in that at that time. I wasn't here. I don't know if you were, but I was.
No, but I do know that some of the former mayors and back in the day were part of the Chamber. Yeah. I think it was a leading role in the city, in the area becoming a city.
Yeah, good. Well, let's see if we can get back to our thing of being a leading chamber somewhere. All right, so you are mayor pro tem. How do you get to be mayor pro tem? You weren't immediately mayor pro tem.
No, just the mayor chooses someone, and the council approves it, and it's just all it is if he's out and can't attend a meeting or an event, I just fill in. Yeah. It's not anything hugely significant. You just try to be where you can.
I'm not going to put you on the spot, but would you like to be in that position? Would you like to be mayor, or have you thought of that?
No, I think
never thought of that. Never.
Well, there was a time that I did. I can't say never.
Never.
You never say never. Yes, there was a time that I thought of that. I think that time has gone, and I enjoy what I do. It gives me some free time to do the things that I enjoy, and the mayor is like a full-time job. Mayor Rubio, Mayor Oglesby both work countless hours doing numerous things, and 30 to 40 hours is for me is fine. The mayor is probably working way beyond those hours.
Yeah. And now are you on some committees? Aren't there some, like the Fort Ord deal, and are you on some of those?
Yeah, I'm on the I'm on the homeless committee, the Monterey Salinas Transit, the what do you call it? The Traffic Advisory Commission.
Right.
Those three, and then I'm a backup for FORA and.
So what's going on with FORA? Is that I hear that's ending? Is that true?
Ends June 30th.
This year.
This year.
What's going to happen then?
That'll be interesting. What they've come close to deciding yesterday is the military still has the land, which you know that.
Yes.
The city will play the lead. Is tentatively scheduled to be the lead agency. So when the land gets transferred, it'll be transferred to the city of Seaside, and then it'll be distributed after that to those jurisdictions. That still has one more vote to go, but I think that's going to happen at the end of February. and then it'll be our job to just to distribute the land, and everybody takes care of their responsibilities.
You're talking about also for what the city of Marina,
yes,
and parts of Monterey, I believe,
and
Delray Oaks,
right, and the county.
So so Seaside will be in charge of that.
Yeah, but all we're doing is we're just handing the land over, helping with the paperwork, and the associated things. The military only wanted to deal with one jurisdiction versus 5 to 6 jurisdictions. It just makes the paperwork go easier.
I've always been thinking, when you come into, especially if you go into Marina, you go to their shopping centers and you see all those older buildings that have just been sitting there and so on. They're a hard target, I hear, because it costs as much because of the contamination things, asbestos, I guess, that to take them down cost about as much as to build something. Is that what I heard correct?
Yeah, I believe it's the last numbers I heard was about $1 million to take it down.
Wow!
And then you have to build from it. Those properties probably have to be taken down no matter what. But about $1 million before you can even start doing anything.
I don't know what. One of the thoughts that I thought if you took if you had people in the decontaminated outfits, with the hoods and everything.
Right.
If you had those people taking these boards off and ran them through some kind of a planer that would take off all the outer coat paint and left with a board under there, wouldn't that be of some value? You don't have to necessarily garbage the whole thing. You maybe be able to save something. Has anybody thought of that?
I think, Mr. Glover has a project that he's working on, and as an example, by the old hospital nurses barracks. Now he was able to save parts of it. It was very, very limited though, and that was barely it. Those buildings that you're talking about are far older than that. And the way government is and the way laws are and health requirements, for the most part, I believe they have to tear them down, because pretty much Mr. Glover had to tear it down to the roots and work up from there. So no matter what you do, it's going to be very expensive.
So is that going on now, Mr. Glover's
until
project?
He's ready to go. It's just the land hasn't been transferred yet. So we're waiting for the land to be transferred. Hopefully by June.
June.
And Mr. Glover says February, but hopefully by June.
Me this February?
Yeah. That's what he's hoping for, and I'm hoping anytime, any day. All the military has to do is sign some paperwork, and then it's ours. And but for whatever reason, it's a very slow process.
All right. We're talking, by the way, with Mayor Pro Tem Dave Pacheco of Seaside, City of Seaside. I've always wondered. I've sometimes seen it differently, but Pro Tem are 2 words.
Right.
Okay.
And it's kind of like vice chair. It's just a fancy word for vice chair.
What do they call it, vice mayor?
A vice mayor, right?
Vice mayor.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, because I remember up in Daly City where I hung my hat, we had a vice mayor, and he was in charge of all the vice that went on in Daly City.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they don't use that term too often. I don't know. All right, so you're going today to the. Is this the birthday for the Seaside Library? I believe it's 90 years old.
It's 90 years old. It's not at that facility, but in general, the Monterey County's had a branch in Seaside for 90 years. The library that I remember when I was growing up was near across the street from the parking lot of the Seaside Market. For those that are familiar with that area, the building off of Broadway, that's empty right now.
What's going on with that? Do you know?
I believe I've heard nothing good about them selling it. The owners live in the Bay Area, and I think what they want to charge for rent or buying is so outlandish. There's no one that can consider it at this time.
Does the city have power to, when they see a building like that needs a better look, like there's still some places on Broadway that use a little help. City have any power to do that? To say,
I think they have a thing called eminent domain.
Well, that's where you take over the property.
Right. So that's the only thing that I'm aware of that they can do.
Okay.
But I'm not sure but then you have to it costs so much to do that, as far as finding another space to be empty is just not practical.
No, but I meant let's say the building was really ugly, really bad. We don't have any ugly ordinances, do we?
No, there's. I know Gloria Stearns goes around and encourages them to put up the buildings right. There was a program where, and it's over now, where they didn't charge you for the fees and licenses for a period of time to encourage you to do that. So that there's grants that's available, and she's aware of that. But nothing where we cannot come down and paint your building for you as such.
All right, now we have to get you out of here by 9:30, if not before, somewhere right around there. Well, when's the event? What time is that event?
I think it's from 10 to 1.
10 to 1.
Ribbon cutting is at 10, and ceremonies as such, and they have entertainment there afterwards from youth groups to the aquarium mobile will be there, a variety of things for families. It should be fun.
All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break right now, and we will, if I can do this rightly, I think I can. All right, we're going to take a small break. We're going to play actually a spot that we run for the city of Seaside, and you'll be able to see that on the main monitor there, Dave. And let's take a look. Here we go.
KMBY.
Hi, Jim Vossen here for the Seaside Chamber of Commerce. If you're looking for a great place to eat in Seaside, like the Googie Grill on Del Monte near Canyon Del Rey, or the Wakatobi Japanese Grill at 1130 Fremont Boulevard, check out SeasideEatAndStay.com. If you're looking for a great place to stay in Seaside, like the Econo Lodge Bay Breeze Inn at 2049 Fremont Boulevard, or the Big Embassy Suites at the corner of Canyon Del Rey and Del Monte, check out SeasideEatAndStay.com. If you're looking for a new or used car, check out SeasideAutoDealers.com, where you'll find BMW of Monterey, Victory Toyota, Lexus Monterey Peninsula, and more. Check out SeasideAutoDealers.com. For more great information about Seaside, check out SeasideCalifornia.us. That's SeasideCalifornia.us. All of this and more brought to you by the Seaside Chamber of Commerce. Not a member? Join today. Call 394-6501. Now we're back with Dave Pacheco. So you got that. What else are you going to do today?
Pretty much it. I want to stop by the swim center and see how that's going, because I know some programs going on over there. But for the most of the day, it's mine.
Do you still go swimming every day there? You used to do that.
I used to go this. Now I'm kind of focusing on walking. Occasionally, I go swim over there as well.
Okay. And what's the deepest part of that pool?
I think it's 9 feet 6 inches.
Okay. So, and you have a high diving board?
No, just a regulation, simple diving. They have a small water slide.
Oh, I like water slides.
So small water slide, diving board, and.
When you say small water slide, is that for like small people?
Small people, probably more for young people.
Yeah.
I don't think they would allow us to go up there.
Oh, no, boy. I don't know. Okay.
I mean, they could make a special exception for you, though.
Make a now so another thing happens here in Seaside. We have. Sometimes financial budget-wise, we have some good years and some slow years. Is that correct? It kind of comes and goes?
Yes.
What's a determining factor? Is there such a thing that tells you?
I would, the car dealerships are the largest impact to the city of Seaside and the hotel. Well, the hotels in general, specifically Embassy Suites. Mm-hmm. Those are the two largest provide services to the city.
That bring that occupancy tax, is that correct?
Yeah, right. TOT tax.
Yeah, but the car dealership is the biggest.
Yes, sir.
So Sand City has their shopping centers. We have our car dealers.
Right.
Now, good news, by the way, is that a couple of the dealers that had been closed up for a long time are back in operation.
Yeah, I drove through there yesterday, and looks like they're operating and going on.
Yep, and they're actually just about almost members of the Chamber of Commerce. In fact, one of the gentlemen wants to sit on our board, so that's good. And who else? Looks like things are happening over there. I'm a little confused about the Cadillac part. I heard that Volkswagen got the Cadillac dealership from there. Then I hear no, they're getting it back, and so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. So
Yeah.
far ahead of my information.
Well, I'm trying to stay in that realm. Okay, so going back to budget wise, so how are we with the police department? I saw a banner out there for a while. Now hiring police officers. Are we up to par? Where are we?
We're approximately 8 officers down.
Oh.
It's really hard to get officers these days, and they have to go through approximately a year of training. The city does offer for lateral transfer. So if I'm a police officer in Marina and I choose to come to Seaside, there's a $30,000 bonus that you get to do that. So we are doing educational information, reaching out to the schools, sending young people to the school, and the city paying for it. So we're doing everything possible to try to increase those numbers because it impacts those officers that are servicing now.
You say we're 8 down. All right.
A minimum of 8 down. Yes.
Minimum 8 down. Is that one of the higher numbers? Have we ever been 12 down?
The highest that I recall, and that was probably late last year, was 11.
Was 11.
But I think we just hired 2 people, so that helps us out a little bit.
A couple of new people. Good. And what about the fire department? How's the fire department?
I think the fire department's full staff, as always, doing a great job providing services.
They don't have as hard a problem as the police department.
No, I think it's much easier to recruit for the police. Much harder to recruit for the police than the fire. Police, and with the changings of the days, I think police job is becoming very challenging with all the laws changes, the rules changes, and everything that you have to go through to become a police officer. It's a much difficult task.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I haven't done yet? Let me. A lot of this stuff is new to me, doing the live stuff. So I'm gonna try to figure something out here. Okay, you are over here on 2, which is good.
You're doing a great job.
Take me out of there. No, I don't want that. I want you. No, you're number 2. There we go. Okay, you're number 3 by yourself. And the reason and this is a new thing for me, is to be able to do titling. You look at the center monitor.
Okay.
See that?
I see that. It's impressive.
And we got that. And so I was correct in pro tem is 2 words. So I had that done. So we're getting it. Now, they don't do that for you at the council meetings.
No.
They don't do titling.
Just give a little nameplate and that's it.
Yeah, but I meant on the television part.
No, not at all.
No. Wouldn't that be nice if they did that?
I think we'll come talk to you.
I'll talk to them. Well, you know who I actually have working with me here is Michael Martins, who used to be the head guy at AMP.
Oh, okay.
But AMP is having some, like a lot of places, a little money problems. So
right.
You get rid of the high-paying person first. I guess that's what you do. All right. See, now and I can take that out of there, and I can come back and do our side-by-side.
Ah.
I know.
You're first-class operator.
Almost. Nobody would believe that, the space that we're in, that we can do that. So I'm very proud of it.
You should be.
And I believe my partner Gary Coccoli, and you met him, I believe.
Yes.
He claims, and he would know more than I do, that this is probably the only broadcast television station in a Chamber of Commerce office, probably in the United States.
I would not be surprised. You're very creative.
Yeah. And so what's it take to get a proclamation from the city? What is a proclamation, by the way? What is that? What exactly does that do?
I think it just says that you're a wonderful person, that you do good things, and how you do them.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Cutting to the chase. It's,
All right. Okay. Well, anyway, let's do. Let me see what I got to do to make sure we're good. Oh, we are good. Of what I can do, I think I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Let me. Let me ask you this. Did I miss a question? What question should I ask you that you would like to be asked so that you know it, you have a great answer for?
I have no great answers, but you do know that there's a variety of restaurants opening up around the corner. Daryl Chote's opening Deja Blue next Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
And the rock climbing place on Olympia, the College University Plaza, should be opening up at the end of the month.
Oh, I'm sorry. University. What's the restaurant?
It's a rock climbing place.
Actually, they're kind of open. I was over there yesterday. They're joining the chamber.
So they're opening up. There's a new ice cream place across from Bank of America. I'm not sure of the name, but they're great ice cream. It's really good.
Oh, across from Bank of America. You mean where that meadery place is, or that?
No, it's where there used to be a Farmer Joe's there in the past, a vegetable place.
Oh, okay.
And it was there for decades.
But
it was old.
There's a Baskin Robbins too.
Well, this ice cream place is. Well, this ice cream is great ice cream. It's a Santa Cruz ice cream. It's really really good.
Oh, I have to give
you
that
need to check that out.
And that's opened already?
It's opened already, and I was there, and it was full house. It was.
We just got back on board the deli. Of course, my Eric's Deli.
Okay.
Yeah, they're back on board with us. They were here a long time ago, and there's a new owner there, and some businesses need some help. I don't know if do we have, sometimes you look at what we call it Civic Center or City Center, the one where Buffalo Wild Wings is. It City or Civic?
City Center.
City Center. That parking's hard there sometimes.
It is.
Got a lot of, and we got the new Mexican restaurant there.
Right.
And I actually had something from there, and it was okay. I like my Jose's next door. Have you been to Jose's?
Jose's great, and I haven't been to the Mexican restaurant, but I heard good reviews. And
it's okay. It's actually kind of like, I believe the guy who's running it used to run the Papachanos.
Oh, okay.
That was in San City.
San City.
And so yeah, it was a familiar face. It was nice to walk in there and see a familiar face.
Right.
I think our city's got a lot of good things about it.
I think it's coming along, and there's some hopes for the future. Broadway's improving. There's some new businesses coming up, I believe, this year. I think right down from you, there'll be a restaurant by the owner of Casanova's in Carmel. He's opening up a restaurant.
Oh, yes.
He'll be opening a restaurant there, too, and I think pretty soon it's...
his other son owns the other place.
The coffee shop, right.
The coffee place,
So they're working on that. So there's some hope here. And then we have Campus Town, hopefully starting by the end of next year, early the year after. And they have some housing and some development.
Campus Town, for people, if to get to it, what would be the best exit if you're going on the freeway? What would you take?
The way I go to it is just go up General Moore. Up Broadway, and then and then just go down. But that's just in the early end of the planting stages. Hopefully by January, February, they're turning some dirt, and so that hopefully that helps out.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else. So I just figured out how to do something. I didn't realize how to do that. There we go. Okay. So if I take this out, you're up by yourself, and then I can do this like that, so people know who the heck you are. Yeah.
Tomorrow there's a Black History event. At 3:00 at City Hall. Sponsored by the NAACP in the city of Seaside. Ruthie Watts is always involved with that. It's always a nice program. So if people are interested, Seaside does a lot of community events and partnerships, and that's one of the things that we do.
Yeah. All right. Well, I came from San Francisco. That's where I was born and raised. And I got friends up there that kept on saying, when you coming back? And I tell you, I believe that right here, this area is like paradise, especially Seaside. Seaside has more sun than Marina, even Monterey. For some reason, the sun is here more times than not.
Yeah, I totally agree. Seaside's the hotbed of the peninsula. It's always warmer in Seaside, and even when it's foggy on the outskirts, it's nice in Seaside. And
where I live, I've got all these fast food places within walking distance.
That's true.
I just, there's something,
And there's a little Mexican restaurant right next to you, the big old Chinese village.
Yeah, the old it was
Las Martinas, I think.
Yes, it is. I've been there. It's okay. They use more of a they use more of a red sauce. And I maybe I'm just spoiled with Jose's. I don't know what it is. I'm spoiled with Jose's. It's a little different, but it's okay. We went and they have Taco Tuesday there.
Right.
At that place. You go there? You've been there?
I've been there for Taco Tuesday.
Tuesdays, okay. Will I see you next Tuesday or what?
I don't know. I'm going to try to make it through Sunday, then we'll figure out next week's plan.
Make it through Sunday, all right. Okay, so I think we are getting to our time because we got to get you out of here. I want to thank you very much for being here today.
Well, thank you for hosting such a wonderful operation.
Well, I think we got, I have, who do I have? Oh, I had, on my Monday morning show, I've had McShane.
Okay, Steve.
Yeah, Steve McShane, yeah. And I like him so much, he really should be a Republican, okay? No. He needs to fix that up there. And
I think he was a Republican.
Oh, you think he was? He needs to go back. Well, I tell you, I like Wendy. I met her, know her, but I have a problem with being endorsed by the Democratic Party with all the things that have gone on. That's just me. And so and it's really not. It's not a bipartisan position being on the supervisor. So anyway, but I like Steve McShane, so that's good. And Monday morning, I will have here Jeff Gorman.
Okay.
Running for congressman.
Panetta seat,
yes. And so, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I will bug you out here for a second.